Welcome back to another episode of Jibber Jab Reviews. In today's show, I review the top tips and tricks for extending the battery life of your Gear Sport for up to 34 days. And yes, you heard me correctly. Feel free to mix and match these tips based on your own personal preference and let me know how long you were able to extend your battery life. Okay, with that being said, let's go start the review. Alright, let's start things off with an easy battery saving tip that has very little impact on the functionality of the watch, and that is by turning off your always on display mode. This of course is where your watch goes into a sleep mode but still displays a minimized version of your watch face, which usually shows the time as a minimum. Now by turning this off, this means that when your watch goes into sleep mode, your watch face will remain off until either you move your wrist or you tap your back or home button. Alright, and now for tip number 2, you can also turn off your notifications. This is that small dot that shows up on the left hand side of your watch face when you have an unread notification. Turning this off means you will no longer receive these messages, and this will in effect save power by not having your watch push these forward to you. Coming in at number 3 is another simple tip that has zero impact on the functionality of the watch but can save you power, and that's by removing a different colored background and simply setting it to black, and this option is available under the background style. You can also set the display to grayscale, which removes all color altogether, and I'll show you where you can find that option in just a minute. Alright, for number 4, you can turn off the vibrations. This is another great power saving tip. You can adjust the vibration intensity as well as the length of the vibration. There's also a do not disturb mode which turns off all alerts except for alarm alerts, as well as turning off the screen until you tap on one of your watch's buttons again. Okay, now turning off your connections is a great way to save power, but it will affect your functionality. In flight mode, your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity will be disabled, which effectively puts your watch into a standalone mode, meaning you won't be able to receive any notifications or use apps that require internet connection. Coming in at number 6 is all about display, and under the display tab you have a number of power saving features. The first one being the ability to adjust the brightness of your screen. The less light that's being used means you can extend your battery life longer, especially when you pair it with a simple and especially non-animated watch face. You can also turn off the auto low brightness option, which means your watch won't adjust itself in low lighting environments, and you can also adjust the screen timeout mode. This will limit how long your watch face stays on before going into sleep mode. You can change the timeout mode from 5 minutes all the way down to 15 seconds. Again, the less the watch face is on, the longer your battery is going to last. Another tip is to turn off your wake up gesture, which means when you lift or move your wrist, your watch won't automatically become active. In fact, you'll need to tap one of the buttons in order for it to come back on. Okay, and the last tip I want to share you guys is what I'm calling the extreme power saving mode. The Gear Sport is automatically set in the default mode, which means no functionality is going to be affected. However, you also have 2 additional modes which, when enabled, turn off a variety of features. Switch to a grayscale home screen, or in the ultimate saving mode, turns off everything but the time, and that's where Samsung says you can effectively extend your battery for up to 34 days, which is pretty insane. I'm probably not going to test this theory as I can't imagine having my watch down for a month, but if anyone out there wants to take up this challenge, I'd love to hear if the 34 days is actually accurate. Okay guys, that's all I have for now. I hope these were helpful. The watch already is quite good on battery life, but feel free to use any one of these tips to extend your battery, and let me know how long you were able to extend it for. Okay, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'd really appreciate it if you would share this video and to subscribe to my channel. It helps me keep the channel going so I can continue to offer you guys discounts, giveaways, and fresh content. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, take care.